In this video, we're going to review subobjective 1.1.a called Navigate the Data Panel. And within this video, we're just going to take a look at some of the characteristics of the data panel, as well as some things like the structure of project level folders, cloud organization, accessing versions, and sharing projects. So with that, the data panel can be accessed by selecting the icon here that says Show Data Panel. To be able to show the layout of this particular data panel that I have and of yours that you will use is typically you have a team, your team that's your storage or team account, and usually I've already accessed into a project. So this is a project level, and as well as having project level folders inside of this particular project. ACU Fusion exam preparation. And here we have two tabs at the top. We have a data tab and we have a people tab. We're going to stay here on the data tab for right now just to kind of talk a little bit about kind of how this can be organized, and as well as what are some different features with it. So the data panel is fairly simple. It's the cloud organization storage, and here I've created some folders just to organize some of my projects. Domain 1 is here, and within this I've looked at some of the objectives sections like Note 1.1 getting started, and in here I have a design that I'm going to open up. So with this, I'm able to open up this particular model that I have and to be able to access it, and it's all stored within these folders. As far as being able to navigate back to that, a lot of times you can use the kind of the root folder structure. So here, if I want to go back to domain 1, I can just click here, or if I want to go all the way back to the main level of ACU exam preparation, I can click on the wording here, or if I want to go into a different folder, I can always select one of those. So with this, it's pretty easy. The new folder button will look at creating a new project folder within this project, and here you have an upload button that's used to upload any files, Fusion files that you may want to add into your data panel. There's usually a kind of settings gear there, and then there's also a button here to open on the web, which takes you to Fusion Team on the web, which very similar to operating in your data panel, allows you to upload files, manage some different permissions and things of that nature. But for our ACU exam, we're really just kind of concerned about some of the basic kind of scenarios. So one of the things that we want to take a look at is also how to access versions. So within this file, I have this tube hanger file that was created. So whenever I have a file open, you'll see that there's a little icon here that allows you to see who has the file open. So this is a big kind of portion, especially when you're sharing projects, because you really don't want to have the same file open and edited in, two different people's Fusion accounts. So what we're going to take a look at is also to share the versions. So down here in the bottom is we see V3 is here. So if I click on that, I can access the various versions. So here, as far as this goes, it'll give me the name, who it's currently opened by, who created it, and then when was it last updated, and as well as what are these versions that are being used. So you can see this was created, there was a second version that was changed, and there was a third version that had another edit that was made to it. So if I wish to open this up, I can open it up or copy that version and create any milestones. So if I open this version here, we will see that this is the one that the second version that we can access. If we want to create a copy, we want to be able to use this rather than the most current version or step it back, we can do so. But the one thing you'll notice is that it'll say that this is not the latest version of this design. So it's just a little marker to indicate that. And if you wish to update it, you can. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and just close that second version. So with here, that's the history. You can also check the uses. It is not referenced in any other designs. Same thing, it's not used in any others. But if it is like in an assembly, then you could always check to see it there. And if there's any drawings associated. In this particular case, we don't have any drawings for this design, but it would provide a listing if there are any drawings in the design. All right, the last portion here is going to take a look at sharing projects. So let's say if I wanted to share this file or this project folder, and I can always click on the versions, the little icon here to collapse that. I can also select on the People tab. So right now, this particular folder, 1.1 Get Started, if I select People, I'm able to share with other people by having an email address and looking at whatever Fusion accounts. I can view what members that are in this folder. Usually it takes you out to Fusion team on the web, and then you can also add members to this folder. So once you open up that Fusion team on the web, which is not really part of the ACU exam, but you can add people to be editors on this project as well as viewers as well, and depending on what kind of permissions you want to give them. But if you're working together on a team, the People tab allows you to share your projects and give those people access, or depending upon a viewing level or an editing level, depending on what you're wanting them to do. So this sums up the first objective, just a little bit of review of how to handle some of those things and what it's like in Fusion in order to navigate the data panel as we kind of brush up and prepare for the exam.